On a cold November morning, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, two contrasting figures of the modern world, met for a fishing trip. Launching their boat into a wide, serene river, they set off into a picturesque landscape. Adjusting his red cap, Trump remarked, "This is going to be a great idea, Elon. We're creating a story everyone will talk about." Elon replied, "Absolutely. Fishing is not just calming, but also a great opportunity for creative thinking," expressing his enthusiasm for unusual collaborations. Initially, everything was peaceful. The soft ripple of the water and the tranquility of nature fostered an unexpected camaraderie between the two men. However, as hours passed, the sky began to darken. A light breeze turned into a fierce wind strong enough to snap branches off trees along the riverbank. "This wind is unsettling me. Maybe we should head back," Trump suggested. Elon studied the sky and said, "We can wait a bit longer, but we should be prepared." He checked the small radio on board, but found no signal. Suddenly, the sky lit up with lightning, and the wind roared like a hurricane. Giant waves tossed the boat violently. The two men grabbed the oars, desperately trying to control their vessel, but nature showed no mercy. The boat was carried uncontrollably downstream. When the river eventually pushed them toward the shore, they spotted an old wooden cabin. Struggling to beach the boat, they sought refuge from the storm inside the cabin. Once inside, they found it abandoned. The windows were boarded up, and the interior was covered in dust and cobwebs. However, the most unsettling feature was the writing etched into the walls, "You cannot escape." Trump, visibly uneasy, asked, "What is this? A joke?" Elon examined the writing and said, "It looks old. Maybe someone was just trying to create a spooky legend." Yet, his voice lacked its usual confidence. When they checked their phones, there was no signal or internet. The radio was silent. The worsening storm seeped into the cabin, with water dripping through the roof, making the interior cold and damp. Then, they heard a sound outside. First, faint footsteps, then the creak of a door. They held their breath and listened. Elon, clutching an old paddle, approached the door. Trump followed closely, gripping a flashlight tightly. When they opened the door, no one was there. Yet, fresh footprints circled the cabin and disappeared into the forest. "I really don't like this," Trump muttered. "Someone must be out there." "Maybe they need help," Elon said, trying to sound calm, though the tension in his eyes betrayed his fear. Hours passed as the storm continued to rage outside. Sitting in a corner of the cabin, they discussed their predicament. Suddenly, an old radio in the corner crackled to life. A distorted voice emerged, "You shouldn't be here." "What does that mean? Who's saying this?" Trump shouted. Elon tried to turn the radio off, but the knobs wouldn't respond. The voice repeated, clearer this time, "You have one chance to leave." At that moment, the cabin door slammed open. The two men squinted into the darkness, trying to make out the figure stepping inside. A man entered silently, holding a lantern that illuminated his face. He was tall and lean, with an air of timelessness about him. Dressed in attire that seemed from another era, his long coat reached the floor, and his hat cast a shadow over part of his face. His features bore the marks of age, yet radiated an otherworldly presence. In a deep, resonant voice, the man spoke, "I can help you, but there is a price." Trump, bewildered, asked, "Who are you? Some kind of ghost?" The man smiled faintly. "I go by many names. Some call me the guide, others know me as the forgotten watcher. But who I am is not important. What matters is why you are here." Elon narrowed his eyes, studying the man. "If you can help us, why the mystery? What's your price?" The man paced the cabin deliberately, his hands brushing over the dusty furniture as if measuring the passage of time. Finally, he stopped and said, "My price is simple. Leave everything behind. I will save your lives, but your wealth, power, fame, all of it stays here. If you refuse, you will become part of this cabin." "You must be joking." "The world can't run without me," Trump exclaimed. Elon, on the other hand, looked thoughtful. If this is real, it's an opportunity. But everyone has something they can't give up, he said, glancing at the man. The man's gaze pierced through them as he continued, only one of you can accept this offer. The other will face their fate. Decide. The two exchanged silent glances. The storm outside intensified, urging them to make a choice. Finally, Elon stepped forward. I accept, he said. I will give up everything, but I want him to be saved too. Trump stared at him in astonishment as the man spoke again. The right choice reveals the true heart. This was a test. Both of you are free. The storm abruptly ceased. As the man disappeared into the mist, the cabin began to dissolve. Elon and Trump found themselves back on the riverbank, next to their boat. Dazed, they tried to make sense of what had happened, the eerie silence heavy with unspoken thoughts. This experience made them reflect on the meaning of power and wealth, realizing the true essence of being human lies beyond material possessions. They never discovered the man's identity, but his presence lingered as an unanswered question for the rest of their lives. Was he the guide, or a manifestation of fate itself? Only they, and those who heard the story, could speculate.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share if you enjoyed this story. It means a lot.